श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana
जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन भज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन पीवीटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की सवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की साई गौर प्रेमानंदे all gurus assembled devotees all gurus assembled devotees all gurus assembled devotees all gurus to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, Remembrance of Lord Krishna, text number 10. Devasya Mayaya Sprishta Devasya Mayaya Sprishta Ye Chanyat Asadashrita Ye Chanyat Asadashrita Bhramyate Dirnatadvakyair Bhramyate Dirnatadvakyair Atmani uptatmanoharo. Atmani uptatmanoharo. Devasya mayaya sprishta. Ye chanyat asadashrita. Brahmyate dhirna tadvakyair. Atman uptatmanoharo. Devasya mayaya sprishta. Ye chanyat asadashrita. Brahmyate dhirna tadvakyair. Atman uptatmanoharo. Devasya mayaya sprishta. Vichanyat asadashrita. Brahmate dhirna tadvakyair. Devasya mayaya sprishta. Chanyat asadashrita. Brahmate dhirna tadvakyair. Nasya mayaya sprishta. Chanyat asadashrita. Brahmate nitadvakyair. Tatmanoharo. Any other Matajis? Devasya, of the personality of Godhead. Mayaya, by the influence of the external energy. Sprishta, infected. Ye, all those. Cha, and anyat, others. Asat, illusory. Ashrita, being taken to. Brahmyate, bewilder. Dhi, intelligence. Na, not. Tat, of them. Vakyai, by those words. Atmani, in the Supreme Self. Upta Atmanaha, surrendered souls. Haro, unto the Lord. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Under no circumstances can the words of persons bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead according to all the evidences of the Vedas. He is accepted by all Acharyas including Sripad Shankaracharya. But when he was present in the world, different classes of men accepted him differently, and therefore their calculations of the Lord were also different. Generally, persons who had faith in the revealed scriptures accepted the Lord as He is, and all of them merged into great bereavement when the Lord disappeared from the world. In the first canto, we have already discussed the lamentation of Arjuna and Yudhishthira, to whom the disappearance of Lord Krishna was almost intolerable up to the end of their lives. The Yadavas were only partially cognizant of the Lord, but they are also glorious because they had the opportunity to associate with the Lord, who acted as the head of their family, and they also rendered the Lord intimate service. The Yadavas and other devotees of the Lord are different from those who wrongly calculated him to be an ordinary human personality. Such persons are certainly bewildered by illusory energy. They are hellish and are envious of the Supreme Lord. The illusionary energy acts very powerfully on them because, in spite of their elevated mundane education, such persons are faithless and are infected by the mentality of atheism. They are always very eager to establish that Lord Krishna was an ordinary human man who was killed by a hunter due to his many impious acts in plotting to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and Jarasandha, the demoniac kings of the earth. Such persons who have no faith in the statement of the Bhagavad Gita that the Lord is unaffected by the reactions of work, namam karmani limpanti. According to the atheistic point of view, Lord Krishna's family, the Yadu dynasty, was vanquished due to being cursed by the Brahmanas for sins committed by Krishna in killing the sons of Dhritarashtra, etc. All these blasphemies do not touch the heart of the devotees of the Lord because they know perfectly well what is what. Their intelligence regarding the Lord is never disturbed. But those who are disturbed by the statements of the Asuras are also condemned. That is what Uddhava meant in this verse. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Upesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Under no circumstances can the words of persons bewildered by the illusory energy of the law deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls. Hare Krishna. Seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas here and those who are hearing from elsewhere, that we can unravel the mystery and the significance of this verse and the purport that Srila Prabhupada is giving for our own purification and the glorification of the Lord. As Uddhava is describing in great sorrow what happened to the Yadus and eventually Lord Krishna, he is morose that no, we could not truly identify and worship and please the Supreme Lord because we were not fully aware of his position. And especially when Lord Krishna left this world, disappeared from this world, Krishna did it in such a way that it gave food for thought and for each type of person. Those who were faithful devotees, to them they could uh, see that how the Lord ascended in the self same form. And those who were didn't had faith that Krishna is the Lord, to them apparently he left a mortal remain, a parthiva sharira. And seeing that all these atheistic or those who are faithless that Krishna is the Lord, they all got a reason to say that how Krishna is not God, because he also uh, died like us. And Krishna, in each of his pastimes, if the pastime is properly understood, it can bring us closer to him. And if that same pastime, if we don't understand it through the acharyas, then that same pastime can take a person away from the Lord. So therefore, sometimes these stories of Krishna's Rasa Leela, they are so enchanting that they bring us closer to the Lord if we properly have understanding. And we don't have proper understanding, those same pastimes can take someone away from him. I remember once Gaurampo said, preaching would have been so easy if Krishna didn't perform any of these controversial pastimes. That we have to explain. No, the reasons why Krishna stole butter, the reason why Krishna stole the gopis' clothes, the inner meaning. And with other avatars, it seems to be simple that they come and they just show the majesty, they kill the demon. Nobody has doubts that that Narsimhadev, is all powerful. But even then, if you see, Hiranyakashipu didn't believe that he is the Lord. He thought, who is this Mayavi, half man, half lion? And so it seems to be that Krishna has made a preacher's job, sadhu's job more difficult. But Paritranaya Sadhunam, he has come to manifest his sweet pastimes, Vinashaya cha Dushkritam, to filter those who have faith and those who don't have faith. Those who have those who are non-envious and those who are envious. And because the whole purpose of Krishna coming to this world is to take back the sincere souls who truly want to serve him and be with him. And through exhibition of these pastimes, which appear to be for a mundane eye controversial, they kind of take a person away. But one who understands the true import, true purport, then he becomes more endeared. Oh, this is why the Lord, performed this. It was not for his selfish pleasure, but it was because the devotees had this desire. Recently, I was at someone's home, and this lady was asking that, Gita is there where there is so much philosophy is there. And then there is Bhagavat. And whenever I hear Bhagavad Katha, so many people come and speak. They speak so much, pastimes of Krishna, Krishna Leela, which seems to be very pleasing, but it doesn't seem to have any connection with my life. So why is it that the pastimes are at one place, philosophy is at another place? So I was telling her that even in the Bhagavatam, repeatedly there is philosophy. Krishna's position is being repeatedly emphasized. But somehow those who are sometimes who are very popular because they can very sweetly recite these pastimes of Krishna, Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, without truly establishing the position of Krishna. Therefore, all the prayers of the Bhagavatam, Kunti Maharani, when he starts to pray, Namaste Purushatvadhyam, she establishes that the one whom I am glorifying, whom I am surrendering, is not a ordinary personality. In the Damodar Ashtakam, Namam Ishwaram Sachidananda Rupam, that this little boy that is roaming in the Gokul is not an ordinary boy. And therefore, without establishing the position of Krishna, the pastimes of Krishna may appear to be irrelevant, illogical. So one of our devotees was explaining that he once did a Bhagavad Katha. And the one who was organizing this, he came to him, he said, my father had told me to arrange 108 Bhagavad Kathas. And this is the 108th Bhagavad Katha. And he was a ISKCON devotee, one of very empowered personality. He said, now in your Bhagavad Katha I understood that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, so many these narrations happen, but people don't surrender to Krishna. And we see Srila Prabhupada, he didn't give long lectures, but the way he established position of Krishna and what the need to surrender to Krishna, that Westerners who didn't had any understanding. When Prabhupada was speaking about Sanatana Goswami, they were hearing it that as suntanned Goswami. Who is this Goswami who was having a suntan? Suntan Goswami. So hardly any understanding. Therefore, this is there that sometime somebody some scholar came to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, your disciples, they don't pronounce the verses properly. The pronunciation is not proper. Prabhupada said their renunciation is proper. That whatever they are hearing, they are able to give up all types of material activities and fully surrender to Krishna. Because that is the power of faith. Through faith, when we hear Krishna's pastimes, then these pastimes, these narrations have great effect in the heart. Tat Shraddha Dana Munayo, that with Shraddha, when we hear, then these pastimes have great effect. And herein, Uddhava is saying that those who have come under the shelter of the asad, the illusory or the temporary aspects of this material world and equating that to Krishna, they cannot, they get bewildered when they hear the Tirubhav pastime of the disappearance of Krishna or his other pastimes. So just like when there is when we are going on a road, if somebody comes from a village, when he sees a traffic police who is standing in the middle of the road where all big trucks and everything is going, this villager will say he's a crazy guy. He is not, concerned about his life. Big trucks are coming, and moreover that he is not just standing there. He is doing all type of PT, like this. He is doing all types of dance. Now tell him to get out. Not understanding that it is the traffic police who is actually managing the entire traffic, and without that person's so-called apparent dancing and standing be there, nothing is going to run. So when people don't understand the position of why the person is standing there, who is he? And it's not that anyone can go and stand there and start to do some dancing and things will work. People will come and crash on the person. It takes a particular position, and when that position and when that position performs that activity, then it is valid. Prabhupada also gives his example. The judge, when he's sitting in the court, and he can say, I sentence him to death. Now somebody who doesn't understand what is the position of a judge, say, who are you to sentence to death? No, I can also give my judgment. Not everyone is authorized to give judgment. Of course, everybody keeps giving judgments. We all become expert judges of others and expert lawyers for our own selves. When we do some mistake, we become lawyer. When others make mistake, we become judges. But not everybody can take the position of being a judge. It takes a certain qualification. But we don't understand, then we can easily criticize that the judge is very partial. No, to somebody is giving a reward, he will get 2 lakhs as reward, and to someone else he is punishing, because they don't understand the position of the judge, the position of the traffic police. And so as Prabhupada mentions here, that in the Dwaraka, and when Krishna was on this planet physically, not everybody was a fully surrendered devotee. And Krishna wanted to take all those who are surrendered to him back to the spiritual world. And those who are still not surrendered still have questions, doubts, jealousy. To them, to filter them, Krishna does these pastimes. Just like when there is in the olden times, when the ladies have to cook rice, they take rice and then there is this chata. I don't know what is it called in Hindi. There is this, in South India they call it as a chata. So you put rice in that, and then you strainer is not a right word, something. So when they do like this, then all the light, all the stones they get separated, and the rice comes another side, and all the other waste particles, husk and other things, they get separated. And then they remove that, and then and even after that, it's not that it's fully clean, then they physically start to see, pick and choose where is what. And then, then they cook the rice. So same way, these pastimes of Krishna, they shake us up. And some become closer to Krishna when Krishna performs these pastimes. Some go away from Krishna because they have only seen the sweet aspects of him and come near him without understanding the position that no matter what Krishna does, it's for a purpose. Even today, people gather around those who are sweet to them. They may not mean well, but as long as you are sweet, the person is near to you. The moment you are harsh, then then people start to go away. Only those who have full faith that whatever this person does, just like a child, whatever the mother does or the father does, whether it's sweet speech or whether it's strong words, the child has the implicit faith that he is my well-wisher, and whatever he does is for my good. Once once a man, he was having his food, and they were staying on fourth floor, and he asked for dahi, curd, yogurt, and there was no dahi at home. So he started to shout at his mother, "You don't keep, and without this I will not eat." And the wife was there. Wife was telling him, "No, please, no, aaj ke liye kha lo, kal se we'll make sure." Said, "No, I need yogurt now, dahi now, and it is mother's mistake. She should go and get it." Mother was an old lady, and there was no lift. No, she had to walk down and walk up. But because of that love, she went down. And when she went down, the wife said that, "Why are you so cruel? That can't you eat one meal without curd?" Said, "I didn't do for my need of curd. I did because the doctor has told us to walk and go upstairs, down and up. And without me, without a need for me, she will not do this." So apparently, no, he is doing selfishly because he wants yogurt. But the true reason for which he did that was so that the mother will walk down the stairs, will go to the shop, and then will get something, and then will again come up, will get the dahi. So same Krishna, whatever pastimes Krishna does, none of it is it for his so-called selfish pleasure. Krishna, whatever he does, it's always to please and serve his devotees. Whether it be the Rasa Leela, whether it be the Makanchori Leela, or whether it be this disappearance of the Lord. That Krishne Swadamopagate Dharma Jnana Adibi Saha. That when Krishna left to the spiritual world, the sincere devotees who truly wanted to connect to Krishna, they took shelter of the Bhagavatam, the hearing and chanting. Because the true way to develop our faith, our connection to Krishna, is through bhakti, is through the Navada bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. And all of course, even the Dwarka Vasis were doing that. But at the end of the Leela, his Leela, he wanted to see who have truly connected to me with full faith and conviction that Krishna is not the material, this body, and who after seeing this have got bewildered. Also, in when they have to do all this blood tests and whatever, there is a machine called as centrifugal machine. So when they put anything in this machine, or this centrifugal force, when something is rotated, now at the same time, in the same activity, there are two forces that are acting. One is called as centrifugal, another is called as centripetal. Those who have in the school we read this. Now centripetal is what is draws, pulls it in. Centrifugal is that which pulls it out. And we might have experienced this when a bus is going around a corner, when it is taking a turn. Now all of us, we experience what force? We all go this side. We experience a push that is outside. But the bus which is taking the turn, it experiences a pull inside. And just like when I'm doing this, anything that is on this and truly not this, will get thrown out. But anything that is truly connected, it gets a pull. Same way when Krishna does these pastimes, those who are truly not connected, they get pulled away, pushed away. And those who are truly connected, they get more and more pulled pulled towards Krishna. Because that faith is so strong that none of these Krishna Leela can bewilder them. And therefore Krishnadas Gaviraj Goswami and also Rupa Goswami, and they say bhakti is mainly the cultivation of faith. That in the initial stages we have Komala Shraddha, fragile faith. That one thing can go here and wrong here and there, and immediately we lose our faith in Krishna. You don't get the marks that you expect, or you fail. And immediately 10 people around us will say, because you are chanting, this is happening. Recently somebody did a Bhagavad Gita, and then somebody in the family after a few months passed away. The whole village started to chastise these devotees, saying that because you did Bhagavad Gita, there is death in the family. Death is going to happen whether you do Bhagavad Gita or not. But very fragile faith in the process of bhakti, and anything goes wrong, then say, Kahan gaya tumhara Krishna? Where is your Krishna? The first thing that is doubted is the beadback, the process. That is Komala Shraddha. And sometimes it is people, sometimes it is we ourselves. We see, in the most of the times that people go away from the bhakti is because of a emotional pain, that they see that their mother or somebody is in pain, is in some great disease, and they continuously pray to Krishna. They offer 108 times some yajna, this and that. Even after doing all this, फिर भी भगवान का कृपा नहीं हो रहा है. This shown sometimes in movies as the hero will come and ring the bell so much, or he will hit his head so much, and then there is a lamp is lit, and the mother opens the eyes. So this is, and if it doesn't happen, then this is not Jagrut Devata. This is not a alive God. This God is not alive. And let me go to some other place. So the faith is because of the experience. Faith is not because of the scriptures. Our experience of life becomes our faith, and which is initially, we may be at that stage, something good happens, yes, Bhagwan hai. Gauram tells this story that one devotee, he was in Calcutta, he was in stocks and extreme gambling options. And when he came to bhakti, he realized that this is not right, and he pulled all his stocks. And very soon the stock market crashed. And then the bank wala was that he was also surprised. How did you pull off at the right time? He said, I am reading Prabhupada's books, I am chanting Hare Krishna, and then something told me that this is this is gambling. The way I am doing it, I need to pull off. And then at least 20-30 of his big rich people, they all know the bhakti mein power hai. That they all started to chant, because if you chant nicely, you will get proper judgment when the stocks are going to crash or when they are going to go up. So faith because of experience. But that sometimes works, and sometimes this Prabhupada used to tell this story that in Russia, during the communism, that when all these people used to go to churches to pray, "Oh God, give us our daily bread." The communists used to ask, "So did God give you your daily bread?" So no. Now you pray to us. "Oh, please give us our daily bread." And when they prayed, then they gave a lot of food. Say, where is God? God doesn't exist. So in this way, either logically or emotionally, uh, our faith gets disrupted. Sometimes because of logic, so, and most of the times because of we are hooked on to something, and we think God has to, if God is there, He has to fulfill. Recently, there was someone who was claiming that if God is there, let this LED fall. And somehow the LED fell on him, he died. So, this is faith by experience. But the Madhyamadikari is one who, by through the scriptural understanding, that my experience is actually defective because my experience is through my senses, and my senses and mind cannot fully grasp the reality. We have defective senses, we have tendency to cheat, we can get mistaken, thinking one thing to be another thing. So therefore, understanding the limitations of our senses, therefore, Chaitanya Charampur says this, that the use of intelligence is to understand the limitations of our intelligence. That I cannot fully judge everything and theorize just based on my own understanding or the what the world says. Therefore, a devotee should be careful not to venture into places or with people that may have a greater faith in Maya than your faith in Krishna. Because you can easily get disrupted. Uh, Either through some experience or through some explanation, they can disrupt our faith. Long back when I was in Chicago, I was doing Bhagavad Gita book distribution. Then I went to this very famous school called Kellogg School of Management. And there I met a person who was staunch believer of Darwin theory. And we have read our books, Life Comes from Life, and we have read. So then, then we started to discuss or argue. And then because it was a book distribution time, that we'll meet later. So later, I went to his room, and he was so well versed with all the latest, aspects of and all the details of that at a time I realized if I stay longer, I will get convinced by him. Because the conviction that they have, the conviction is first of all based on an axiom that God does not exist, everything has come by chance, and somehow or other they want to prove. And Krishna says in the Gita that based on what is your conviction, accordingly I give you the reasonings, the faith for that. If you want to worship Devata, anything. Therefore, reasoning or convincing for something, anyone can do. Each child, anyone does any mistake. Everyone has a reasoning for it, justification. But just because something has a justification doesn't mean it is proper. So, therefore, we should be careful that we regularly associate with devotees and protect that faith, which is like a small plant or a creeper, so that it can grow. There is this story that once a small little seed had fallen on the ground, and somebody came and trampled that seed. That seed was feeling morose that, no, I have been trampled, I have been buried into the ground. And when it was in the ground, some earthworms came to eat on it. And then there was a Akashvani, there was a sound saying that do not eat, let it grow. So the seed was also wondering from where this voice came. The earthworm was wondering. The earthworm went away. Then it started to germinate, and there small little two leaves came out of the uh, of this seed, and then a small little insect came to eat the leaves. Again there was a sound. Do not eat, let it grow. Again it grew a little bit. Then a rabbit came to eat. Rabbit also again heard. It was almost like some sensor was there. Anybody that came towards the plant, there was this sound. Do not eat, let it grow. Then it became a small little plant. Then some goats came there. And the goats also again heard this sound. Do not eat, let it grow. It grew into a plant, a medium-sized tree. Then a horse came to eat the leaves. Again the horse was told, do not eat, let it grow. Then it became even bigger tree. Then a man came to cut the tree so that he can sell the wood. Again the sound came, do not eat, do not cut, not eat, do not cut, let it grow. The man also got bewildered and he left. Eventually this tree, this small little seed, became a huge tree. And then whoever was rejected was told not to, then all of them were invited. The man was invited. Now you can come and take some branches, the tree won't get destroyed. Now the horse can come and eat some plant, some branches, the tree won't get destroyed. The goat, the earthworm, the insect, everybody was being fed without the tree's existence being at stake. And our faith, our spiritual growth, or our growth in life, sometimes we limit to something or other. We give our lives not to fully grow, but my finances or my family, or to prove I'm a best sportsman, this or that. Somewhere or other we stop our growth. But when we continue to spiritually grow, protect that faith. Do not let it be consumed by society, by opinions, and continue to grow. And people will say, if you go to Krishna, what will happen to us? Hamara kaun dekhega? But that faith in Krishna, which we truly cultivate, when it grows fully, it will give ashraya to everyone. Dhira dhira jana priya karo. That if somebody questions us at this stage, we may get bewildered. But for a big tree, if a wind comes, if it is deep rooted, the tree will not get uprooted. Therefore, based on our strength, we should interact. Else we may get consumed by some goat, by some earthworm. Easily we can get tempted, distracted, or our faith can be exclusive faith in Krishna may not be there. And therefore the devotee protects his faith very carefully. And therefore it is said, Adau Shraddha. Spiritual bhakti begins with faith, and that to strengthen that faith, the devotee associates with other devotees. Sadhu Sangha. He associates with other devotees. But as he is associating, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he should not forget the previous principle of having faith. If you associate with devotees, but don't have faith in the association of devotees, that association won't help. You will see these are, he is also having bad habits, he is like this, he is like this. We start to see not their spiritual aspect, but their material aspects. And we may devalue the association, so better I go somewhere else. So therefore, faith in Krishna or faith in bhakti may bring us. And in association of devotees, also one has to protect his faith, one has to associate in such a way that his faith is strengthened. Else, sometimes even in the association of devotees, if we are not in the proper mood, we end up wanting to be the best of the devotees that I want to be, I want to get name, fame. What is the purpose for which you have come? We may get lost in that. And in the sadhu sangha, the next stage is called as bhajana kriya. We start to engage in bhajan. We sit and hear the class, we are so devotees, then we see what are they saying in the class. They are telling about chanting the holy names, about serving the devotees. This is a very unusual, common thing which I see. Like when the spiritual master or some advanced devotee is giving the class and emphasizing the importance of chanting or the holy name, everybody sits and hears. But as soon as the class is over and the kirtan is going to start, half the people go for prasad or something else. The whole purpose of the class was we should hear from a great soul, chant the holy names. But then we miss the point. So the sadhu sangha has to convert to bhajana kriya, that we are now having not just faith in the sadhu, but also faith in the process that the sadhu is giving. So it is not just a bhajana kriya, it is not just an activity. It is having faith in the chanting that we are doing. That this chanting is the Chauda Bhuvane. If you look all over the 14 worlds, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, there is nothing better than chanting the holy names. So one has to have this faith in the bhajana kriya. And Acharya is right that sometimes when someone is doing bhajana kriya, he may think that now I don't need devotees. Now I have got initiated, I have got my 16 rounds, I have got my center or my service. His faith in the previous process, faith in sadhu sangha, not just faith means trust and is spending of time and energy may go down. And there's also Maya affects us. That now you're doing bhajana, you don't have to go and associate with devotees. But he says it's all a steps. If you break the previous step, then the entire thing falls down. That as we are in bhajan, like Bharat Maharaj, some small little temptation like a deer will come and will distract away. Therefore, most of the time when somebody is not regularly coming to association, then it's a danger signal. Maya is somewhere or other trapping us. Therefore, Prabhupada said, most important of all limbs of bhakti is sadhu sangha, regularly coming and associating, because that way our faith continues to grow. So the stage which Uddhava is speaking here of the devotees is that of staunch faith, nishtha, which comes after bhajana kriya as anartha nivritti, that our faith has to deepen further, it has to get rooted further, then we have to consciously remove all the weeds that are also growing. In Uddhava, although everybody in Dwaraka is associating with Krishna, this pastime of Krishna's disappearance is like that circular motion, where those who are truly connected to the path of bhakti, the faith has become strong, they get drawn towards Krishna through taking shelter of the Bhagavatam. And those who don't have that faith, that understanding, they start to doubt that Krishna is just a great human being, or so many things like that. And Prabhupada especially, Acharyas mentioned about Shishupal. Shishupal was always trying to find some or other fault in Krishna. And all this, and even when Lord Ram built the bridge, so much argument about that the bridge was not there, it was this and that. Anything that is done, even if there is some scientific evidence, not everyone believes in it. So therefore, are you open or are you closed? So there is one quote by Einstein, which he says, two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I am not sure about the universe. Universe, is it infinite? I am not sure. But the level of human stupidity, that not to see the grandiousness and how Krishna has created all this. No, humans can be so stupid that outright Duryodhana, Shishupal can neglect, can easily say this is all Maya. So Uddhava here is establishing that only Krishna did this pastime so that those who are truly surrendered souls, he can take back, and all the others were stolen by the material energy. Okay, I'll stop here, and we'll not take any questions. We are already over time. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.